Damn it. I feel so close and yet so far away from that fucking tape. Not gonna lie, if I go to sleep before I get that, I may have dreams about it. And not good ones either. Maybe they'll get oddly sexual, because I think a lot of my dreams get that way these days. But I'll be impressed to find out how a tape like that would evolve itself in a sexual dream. But you know, life is a mystery. That's a lyric, isn't it? From fucking one of Boyzone when they went solo, Ronan Keating. Life is a roller coaster, just gotta ride it. And eventually he said, whatever it was I said a couple of seconds ago. No, it's love is a mystery, not life. Apparently life is, apparently Ronan Keating knows everything there is to know about life. Love is a little bit confusing, which I suppose I can understand, because it's not very scientific love. So you can maybe you can claim to understand it or have experience with it, but you can't really know it. Not like you know, not like provably. Like, I think the scientist, if you said to wrote into New Scientist magazine and you were like, I know about love, they'd be like, prove your goddamn hypothesis or whatever, you know, like fucking prove it, and you'd be like, I can't, because it's a concept, it's not actually a tangible thing. Whereas life, depending on how you describe life is a concept. As in, like, oh, my life is ruined, or, you know, my life is over, or I suppose that would be an exaggeration. No, I'm pretty sure almost every time, no, if you say like, yeah, my life is ruined, your life as it stands is actually be alright, but maybe you're just over exaggerating because like your social life's a bit fucked. No, but that's different. Oh, fucking social lives are abstract concepts, or at least like more abstract than life itself. Maybe when someone says life will never be the same again, they mean their like day-to-day life, as opposed to like the fact that they are alive, which is what life is defined as in my head. Like that's like the scientific definition of life is something that's, well, it wouldn't be a very scientific definition because it's a circular fucking definition. But bear with me, because fucking, let me finish the sentence, Simon, you dick. Stop interrupting me. Fucking, I will if you stop chatting shit. Life is defined as fucking something that's living, or you know, the state of living is well, no, life would be when you're living. That's what life is. Sort of when an object isn't inanimate, it's fucking living, right? Well, no, because you can get moving parts in machines. That doesn't make them alive. Depending on how metaphorical you get, maybe they are, because fucking, you know, everyone loves Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, right? Or like, you know, oh my god, it's come to life, like in Disney World, fucking the animatronic things come to life, and it's like, yeah, no, because they've got like motors in them. So I suppose life has some sort of, no, because even then I defined that abstract concept, or it's not even an abstract concept, that definition of life that isn't something that's got a biological thing, some living biological cells within it, or like as a part of it. That was a different definition, but it's still still scientific in that it's just something that moves. It's a bit of a bullshit definition of life. I don't know what I'm going on about at this point. I'm pretty sure I shouldn't actually be saying this in a Let's Play. I should be saying this in some kind of form of therapy. I mean, A, because, you know, the therapists involved would get paid a fuck ton if they charge by the hour. If I got it on the NHS then and they charge by the hour like to the government, then maybe I'd be maybe I would be, well, it's a good job I'm not, because I'll definitely be contributing in a tangible way, in a very tangible, perhaps even measurable, like distinctly measurable way to the global financial crisis if I was getting the British government in that much debt, forcing them to pay for a therapist to listen to my rantings as opposed to my almost entirely incoherent rantings as opposed to fucking my 3 subscribers. Shout out to my 3 subscribers. I don't know if anyone's noticed the kind of, yeah. I hope you feel special. I suppose what I'm getting at. If I do gain more and more subscribers, I won't have to give up on the whole. Shout out to you guys. If I do ever get famous and rich and make money and stuff, it's going to be hard for me that every time I capture a Let's Play to be like, oh yeah, fucking 1,056,000 subscribers. Like, to change that every time I get a new subscriber, it's going to be, or at least give them as many shout outs as I'm giving these 3 subscribers. I think I've said 3 subscribers about 20 times. So if I said every single number beyond this point 20 times, if I ever did get popular, that would kind of make life difficult. There you go. It makes life difficult. That's the thing. But just talking about kind of day-to-day social living life, day-to-day life, as opposed to like the kind of binary: am I alive? Yes or no. You know, because I'll still be able to find food and stuff. So in terms of hindering my ability to stay alive, wouldn't really affect it that much. But it would still make life difficult. If I start getting right into the fucking crux of like linguistics. You know, this isn't really the right kind of forum for that kind of discussion, and also I'm not even slightly qualified. That was B. I was meant to pause and say B. I have no fucking idea what I'm talking about. I don't know if anyone's noticed. Like, with almost anything. I like to think I know what I'm talking about in terms of this game, because I feel like I'm pretty good at it. Maybe. Like, because I've witnessed what being bad is, and that was me before I'd like remembered how to play the game. I feel like I've surpassed that, so at least I must be quite good, right? I mean, I could get worse at this point, because you know that I have been. I bloody well have been worse. That was a conversation I've got into at the pub before. How one of my friends who lived in America for a while, he really couldn't stand the phrase "I could care less." And I feel like that deserves some airtime because of his fucking good pointness. I think I've thought that before, but never really felt the need to say it to anyone because it's like, you know, it's not the kind of thing that comes up normally in conversation. I'm not quite sure how it did last time I went to the pub and got drunk. Maybe it's because we got drunk and we were just like, let's just talk about what's on our minds. Maybe it's been plaguing this guy's mind for the past, you know, however many years, and only now he felt drunk enough to sort of bring it up out of the blue. But he got nothing but agreement from me because. Getting back to originally what his point was, the phrase "I could care less" implies that you could care less, so you care at least some amount. Whereas the phrase, I think the original phrase, or at least the kind of non-sarcastic phrase, the kind of legitimate phrase is "I couldn't care less," because it's like, yeah, about what you're doing. Literally, I couldn't care less, and it's because I've hit in terms of caring. If caring had some kind of like measurement, I would be literally like 0 cares. I wouldn't have a single one. Whereas if you could care less, then I mean maybe it's like, oh yeah, I could care less or whatever. But maybe depending on how you say it, it could imply that like, you know, that you don't care much. But if you could care less, that means that you care at least a tiny amount. And I was like, I'm 100% with you, dude. But then I sort of went the other way and played. I don't know if I played devil's advocate or was just like, to be fair, maybe it's just them being sarcastic. Like they're like, oh, I could care less, as if to say, oh, you know, what you're talking about is really important. But then again, it's not full on sarcasm, is it? Because if you were going to be sarcastic, if you're going to be full on sarcastic, you'd be like, oh, bloody hell, I don't think I've ever cared about anything more in my entire life. As opposed to literally, I could live another 1,000 years and I could never care less than the amount that I care at this point. It's had a weird sort of implication in my mind then that like it's like, oh, I couldn't care less because it's such a deep-seated amount of caring that like you care about it so much that no matter how far time goes on, you can never care less. Like, you know, that's like fucking Shakespearean fucking romantic shit right there. It's like, you know, I love you so much and my love is so undying that we could be together for 1,000 years and I would never care less about you, or I could never care less about you. It's like, that's like another way of saying I couldn't care less. But that's like good, because it means like your amount of caring will never wane. So I suppose maybe if someone says I could care less, it's maybe saying you know, back when I wasn't sure what you were talking about, I cared a little bit because I respect you as an individual, at least more than I respect like a cardboard box or whatever. That's something that I probably wouldn't pay attention to the opinions of. Maybe I only care for your opinions as much as I care for any randomer that I find off the street, but at least I kind of am listening in some way. But now that you've finished, I feel like I could care less. Like, definitely as time goes on, the amount of care that I have for this is lessening. Maybe lessening as we speak. Maybe as I say this sentence. Maybe as I say, I could care less. I'm sort of in the middle of that very thing. I'm in the middle of starting to care less. Or, you know, maybe I'm full on like halfway through, you know, caring less. Raised up to however much I cared at the beginning, which doesn't really matter at this point. Going straight down to, I really don't give a single fuck. And we're about halfway through that process already. Maybe that's what it means. Fucking write in and let's discuss this shit.